This week on the Dick Down, Donald Trump says crazy things, scientists choose the world's best fortune teller, everything's bigger in Texas, but mainly the mistakes made by the Dallas Mavericks GM, and we unveil the secret cabal running the government. So take a deep breath, it's time to Dick Down the news. It's time for this old dick to give you some head. The teleprompter's lines. It's time for Dick Down Quickies. Trump replied to questions about whether or not he'd go to the Potomac River plane crash site by asking, "You want me to go swimming?" Which is a crazy question to ask because no one wants to see you in a swimsuit. Brazil confirmed the location of their ship that sunk during World War II, adding to 2025's list of stuff we haven't seen since World War II. The deadly H5N1 bird flu has just been found in Nevada cattle, leading to a former USDA scientist to say, "This is truly an S-word show." That's very bad. Have you ever seen a movie? The scientists don't use curse words until, we're at the end. This is truly an S-word show. Monarch butterfly populations have hit a 30-year low, and I don't know. I thought I would feel happy whenever I heard monarchs are dying. No, Luigi, no, not these ones. No, Luigi. Newsweek is saying that Luigi donors have fizzled out and, I wonder if it's because the average 18-year-old's always blowing $400 a month on health insurance. In totally unrelated news, an appeals court said 18-year-olds can buy handguns. Man, I've never been happier that I'm not a healthcare insurance CEO. Jeff Bezos said that for 2 minutes of a flight, his spaceship was able to mimic the moon's gravity, which is crazy because he still hasn't figured out how to mimic being a human being. I'll end the headlines with some positive news. Astronomers have discovered a new asteroid, and it has just over a 1% chance in 2032 that it'll hit Earth. Wait, how is that good news? Only 1%? Come on, asteroid, we need to get those numbers up, baby. I hope you enjoyed me giving you headlines. Sorry, I was thinking about the world ending. We'll be back after this. Tomorrow night, the interview America's been waiting for.
Okay.
Has anyone ever told you you look like Oswald Cobblepot?
Thank you very much.
Have any doctors diagnosed you with dementia? Are you planning on Elon Musk?
100%.
Donald Trump gets the dick down. This week, Elon Musk tweet battled Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Nothing is more dangerous than getting between J.B. Pritzker and that buffet table. Ha 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 ha. That's a crazy thing to tweet for two reasons. J.B. Pritzker is in Illinois. Everyone is fat in Illinois on purpose, in case they need to step in because the Chicago Bears offensive line has an injury. Number two, Elon Musk is fat. How fat is Elon? Well, someone's always begging to get rough dick. It's time for this week's Dick Burn. Elon Musk's so fat that he only wants to go to space because he thinks the Milky Way is a candy bar. Elon Musk so fat that he stole the election so he could stand near Trump and look skinny. Elon Musk so fat when he gets into a Tesla X, it becomes a Tesla XXL. Elon Musk so fat that when Jesus said, "It is far easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God," he had no idea that someday a rich man would weigh more than a camel. Elon Musk so fat that when he's in DC, tourists often mistake him for the White House. Elon Musk so fat that at the inauguration dinner, he accidentally ate Clarence Thomas. Elon Musk so fat that when he goes to visit Putin in Russia, people mistake him for Steven Seagal. Elon Musk so fat that when he lied about being a top gamer, we were all just like, yeah, he's got the body. Elon Musk so fat that when President Trump blows him, he has to just take Trump's word for it because he can't feel his penis because he's so fat. Elon Musk so fat, he has triabetes. I stole that one from the internet and I don't care. Elon Musk so fat that when he left Silicon Valley, it became the Silicon Flatlands. We'll be back after this.
You can do anything in Lollipop land. Make content for your niche OnlyFans. Get diabetes so you can be more like Dad. Hide the ugly half of your face. Be so cute that people forget what you did to the cat. Lollipop land. You better get over here.
If you thought that was weird, here's some stories so bizarre that you'll say, that is strange, Dick. Oh, come on, you forgot to put the comma between strange and Dick again. After the California fires were contained, an Altadena man found a 525-pound bear in his house. Scientists decided the bear was too big to use tranquilizers on, so they just yelled out, "Is that a picnic basket?" Yeah, they just watched Yogi the Bear, and you know what? It worked. Cartoons work. Mom and Dad, let me watch more cartoons. A biologist on the scene said it was the biggest bear he's ever seen. The bear replied,
A, I can lose weight, but he'll still be hideous. And B, y'all are hypocrites chasing me out, but you did nothing when that blonde hoe ate my porridge and slept in my bed.
A milk truck in Florida crashed on I-95, spilling 4,160 gallons of milk, and now everything smells like balls, which is just how Florida always smells. Monday was Groundhogs Day, and guess who wanted to ruin the fun? That's right, nerds. A study on America's weather-predicting groundhogs was released by the NOAA, which has no relation to the NWA. The data showed that Punxsutawney Phil, the world's most famous groundhog, is only correct 35% of the time, which still makes him better than 34% of human meteorologists, but pretty low on scale for groundhogs. The top 5 groundhogs were Illinois' Gertie the Groundhog and Virginia's Concord Charlie, tied at 65%, Wyoming's Lander Lil at 75%, Georgia's General Beauregard Lee, Georgia's General Beauregard Lee at 80%, and at number 1 with 85%, Staten Island Chuck. We were lucky enough to get Staten Island Chuck on the show. We were lucky enough to get Staten Island Chuck to come on the show. Congrats on the win. How does it feel?
Feelings? We don't do those in Staten Island, pansy.
I'm a pansy. Your species' whole deal is being scared of their own shadows.
I got a new forecast for you, dick. There's a 100% chance of me breaking your thumbs. I'm gonna...
We lost the call. Congrats, Chuck. We'll be back.
I'm down to put a bow on it. The end of the world is here and guns aren't gonna do nothing anymore. Get over to the abandoned mall before all of the bows and arrows are gone. Put a bow on it.
Welcome to the world of athletics. Landon Slaggert, Chicago Blackhawks left winger and man whose name kind of sounds like a slur, broke an NHL record by scoring within 7 seconds. Now, I've never scored in hockey, but I have scored with women, and from my own experience, scoring that quickly will get you benched. I hope you remember to tell the goalie, this has never happened before. This Sunday at 6 p.m., the Super Bowl is in New Orleans, and the game will be between the Philadelphia Eagles and the NFL referees. The question on everyone's mind, will the commercials be as creative as the referees finding ways to make sure that Patrick Mahomes doesn't take a hit? I know I'll be watching the Puppy Bowl. The Dallas Mavericks traded star player Luka Doncic, a contender for the MVP, to the LA Lakers for Anthony literally nothing Davis. I can only guess the Lakers GM has pictures of the Mavericks GM in a Russian hotel getting peed on by underage hookers. That's how that works, right? The Grammys happened and many people won, but only 2 people truly lost. For second biggest loser, Drake, because Kendrick won more Grammys last night than Drake has his entire career. He's like the guy who peaked in high school, but less likable. The worst part for Drake? This. Wop, 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 wop. I wonder if this is gonna make ordering sandwiches hard for the rest of his life. You know, because it's gonna be hard for him to ask for mustard. If you didn't get that, Google mustard on them beats ho. It was a great joke. And the biggest loser? Whoever sat behind Jaden Smith. He wore a haunted house on his head. His suit was from Louis Vuitton and his hat was from Wednesday Addams. If I was sitting behind him, I would have gone, knock, knock, is anybody home? We're at tonight's final story. That's right. It's the final dig down. Ba-da-bam-bam. I'm really sorry. That will never happen again until next week. It's the end of the show. Do you know where your kids are? Hopefully not in an ICE detention center, because they've been snatching toddlers up all in the name of protecting American freedom. Why aren't they going after actual criminals? Well, I'd like to answer that by asking you this. Who is the acting head of ICE? Is it Deborah Fink? No, wait, she's the acting head of Health and Human Services. Oh, okay, Kingsley Shacklebolt. No, wait, that's just a racist name that J.K. Rowling used in a book for some reason. Can I see the list of all of the unelected acting heads in government right now? Wow, that's a lot. Oh, right, it's Caleb Vitello. I forgot because I'd never heard of him, and you probably haven't either. Here's all the Caleb facts I was able to find by Googling. Since taking over, Caleb's made some sweeping changes, like granting ICE officers the ability to raid sensitive areas, like hospitals, potentially interrupting your life or death surgery to make sure the guy who picks your fruit stops getting paid less than minimum wage, or sending armed agents into schools. And it's like, we've already got enough guns in there. Caleb put out a memo that when referring to foreign nationals, employees must use the word aliens, which makes me think he doesn't get humans. We love aliens. Like, did Caleb watch E.T. and root for the government? When E.T. went, "E.T. phone home," did he just yell out, "More like E.T. go home"? Calling them aliens makes me like them more. By the way, Caleb has a BS in psychology from SUNY Buffalo, which makes me think that maybe SUNY Buffalo is a bad school? If it sounds like I'm having to assume things about who Caleb Vitello is, you're right, I am. Because the acting head of ICE has no real internet presence. A Wikipedia page, a bio on his ICE website, and a LinkedIn profile where he's made 5 posts and 4 reposts ever. Here's a pic he posted with Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem in NYC. I guess she's there to protect him from dog attacks. Something that stands out to me is the theatrics of this image. Tell me if I'm wrong, but Kristi Noem's makeup looks heavier than their body armor. Tell me if I'm wrong, but her makeup and their gear looks like no one knew how to put it on. He also posted this then and now photo, and I do think it's kind of neat to see someone go from a twink to an otter. Also, can someone please tell me in the comments what that facial expression is? Because it looks like the image you get when you Google sociopath. In my intense search of Google, I was only able to find one video of him, speaking right after ICE was kicked out of the Chicago school. Show it to him.
We took a big L today. We forgot it just after Christmas, so these kids, they just walked home alone. Place was booby-trapped to the gills. Irons to faces, BB pellets to groins, blowtorches, micro machines, tarantulas. So we didn't get any kids, which sucks because I heard some of them were sexy. I wasn't there. I'm not allowed within 50 feet of a school. Ugh.
Do you know how hard it is to make this topic funny? It was pretty easy, actually, because I'm a terrible person. But what if Caleb Vitello is a terrible person too? I mean, maybe he's a great guy. Great guys arrest kids all the time. We don't know. I hate to end the show like that.